Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Liverpool Career Mode here on FIFA 19. Right, this is like I don't normally tend to do like a separate video for like an end of season, but I thought just because of the monumental success that we've had in the very first season, I just thought I'd do one, get the video done, and then start pre-season on Friday. This video is just basically going through leagues, it's going through stats of the players, stuff like that, and just as we are like sort of like heading forwards in regards to what is going to be happening. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a pre-season. Games are gonna, well, not games, probably if I get to the final, and just a pre-season review of what's happening, and then talking through maybe transfers and stuff on Friday. So I'm not going to be talking about transfers necessarily in today's episode. And there's not going to be any gameplay. So if that's not, if you're tuned in thinking there's going to be gameplay, I'm afraid there's not. You know what I mean? I do apologise for that, like sort of thing. But this is just to go through for any of you statisticians. Try and say that with my teeth in. Out there, like, then this is like maybe for you guys more than like the regular viewers, and I totally understand that I'm not expecting like a mass amount of views on this video, but just thought I'd do it, kill the season, done. Season 1 ends with 20 episodes. I think it's a nice way of doing it rather than this being actually a number. This is just like an end of season review, and then season 1 will start ready to go on Friday. So that's where we are. Right, you've already seen, if you've watched obviously the previous episode, I would imagine you've watched the previous episodes, otherwise why would you be here? It's a bit weird if you are, but if you haven't, here's the league table. Just quickly go through this because we did go through it at the end of the season. As you can see, we're there, 9 points clear at the top. Spurs, Chelsea and Everton all make it into the Champions League. With regards to the other European positions, now with us winning in the Champions League, I would imagine that Arsenal will also be in it, but I don't know with it being EA. If it was real life, then Arsenal would be. So I don't know, like with EA, whether, because there's certain things within this game that don't reflect real life. We all know that, guys. Yes, we've all got the t-shirt. Manchester United and Manchester City probably going to be in the Europa. I would have thought they're not going to be in the Champions League. They're not going to have any more than 5. I don't think anyone gets anyone more than 5, so they're definitely in there. And I would imagine that Leicester would probably also be in there as well, because we won both of the domestic cups. So it could even be Newcastle sneak in there. I'm not entirely sure on that one, whether because I've won the domestic cups, would one of the finalists go? I don't know, like Crystal Palace of the FA Cup winners, runners up I should say. I don't entirely sure on that one, like sort of thing, but we'll wait and see until next season what that is. Anyway, as to the teams that went down, it is Huddersfield, Watford and Burnley. Burnley just missing out. Wolves getting, even though we absolutely tanked them 7-0 on the final day of the season, Burnley just didn't do enough in their game, like but they go down on goal difference. So Burnley are out of the. It's sad to see them go, because they've been a mainstay for, I don't even know how long Burnley have been in it, probably 10 years. I might be wrong on that. 9, 10, I don't know. Been around for a while, haven't they? Burnley in the top flight. They've done really well, considering they always have like quite a small budget, and Sean Dyche does such a fantastic, for them. And I mean, they were in Europe last season, even this season, I should say. Yeah. Getting confused, but yeah, they qualified for Europe last season, didn't they? But yeah, so there we go. Right, let's pick another competition. FA Cup, we all know, yes, I won the FA Cup, just in case it's a refresher, of like what the semi-finals were like. That's what that is. Next up is the Carabao Cup. Yeah, again, yes, we won that. Just a refresher of getting the semis, just in case you're aware of weren't sure what the semi-finals were like, but that's them. We're not going to go through everything with regards to them. Pre-season tournament, I think we won that. Yeah, we won that as well. There we go. I didn't know if we won that or not, can't remember. UEFA Super Cup, we weren't involved in that. It was Real Madrid and Atletico. Real Madrid won that on penalties. We will be in that next season. I'm not even sure who's actually won the Europa League to see who we're up against, to be honest, like who we're going to be in with regards to that. But as you can see, yes, we beat Juventus in the final, again, semi-finals. That's how that was. 2 Madrid clubs both bowing out at the semi-final stage. Not good for them. And then who will we be facing in next season's Super Cup? It will be Napoli. Okay, so that's who we've got. They beat Marseille in the final, and in the semis we've got them beating Inter, Leverkusen getting defeated by Napoli. English teams they bowed out the quarterfinals. Arsenal and Man City bowed out there. So that is those competitions done. Right, let's move on then. We will now go into the other leagues around like Europe, that like the top leagues. I'm probably going to just go for in general. I'll show you who's going to be coming up possibly. Aston Villa and Stoke are definite to come up. West Brom, Nottingham Forest, Derby and Hull that have all been in the Premier League before. Nottingham Forest, they've been in the first division before. Have they been in, has it been the Premier League? I don't know. I'll have to look that up, but there we go. I'm not going to go through all the like English like divisions, so don't worry, like, you know what I mean. But that's just see that Villa and Stoke will be in the Premier League for next season. Villa winning by 10 points in the end over Stoke. Like I say, I'm not going to go through those. We'll go for France. It's going to be PSG. Yeah, PSG. Not by a massive margin over Lyon, but it's them, Monaco, and I think it's just them. I think they only get 3 in the Champions League. Stade Rennais and Olympique Marseille probably in the Europa League. Not entirely sure on with regards to that. What we got next? We have got Bundesliga. Bayern Munich winning that quite convincingly in the end. It was just too many draws for Dortmund by the looks of it. So Dortmund second, Leverkusen, and then Schalke. Again, is it 4 teams or is it just 3? Now, I know us in Spain get 4, but I don't know about France and Germany, whether they get 4 as well. Not too sure, but Hoffenheim and Werder Bremen sort of finishing off the top 6 in Germany. We won't do the third one, don't know about that. Serie A, we have Juventus. Didn't win the Champions League, but they won Serie A again for... I don't know how many. They didn't even lose. I've just noticed that they didn't even lose. Like, you know what I mean? They've gone undefeated in the Serie A. The Napoli coming in runners up. So pretty good for the Italians, wasn't it? Napoli got runners up there. They got the win in the Europa League, and Juventus got to the final of the Champions League. So pretty good going from the Italian side. They're becoming a bit more of a powerhouse. They sort of dipped away a bit, didn't they? Like, you know, for a few seasons. I think with all that controversy over the betting scandals and all that sort of thing. But 2 Milan clubs then in third and fourth spot with Roma and then Lazio rounding off the top 6 in Serie A. Then we go to Eredivisie, not a big league, but Ajax win over PSV by 8 points. Feyenoord in third, Utrecht fourth, AZ Alkmaar 5th, and then Vitesse Arnhem in 6th. What else we got next? Not interested in that. Porto win the Portuguese league, with Benfica in second spot. Sporting pick up third with Braga fourth, Maritimo 5th, and Vico Mares in 6th spot there. Scotland, I would imagine it's Celtic. It is Celtic, by a mile. Yeah, Rangers though, well done to Stevie G. He's got runners up, trying to get Rangers back to being a powerhouse in Scottish football, and then be able to compete with Brendan Rodgers. Celtic at the top there, with Aberdeen taking third and fourth for Hibernian. Now we're on to Spain, and we have Barcelona. Nearly hitting 100 points there for Barcelona. Only 1 defeat in the whole season. It's pretty good going. That is, and only 6 draws in total, so 99 points. Absolutely smashed La Liga. Atletico pick up runners up. Real Madrid in third, not going well. But they're not going well in real life, though, are they? With all the situation going on at Real Madrid. Valencia 4th, Villarreal 5th, Sevilla 6th. Top goal scorer, if you've just been on another planet, you're going to know that it's Bobby Firmino. Absolutely smashed it. There was no one close to getting anywhere near him. And not only does he get 33 in 28 games, it took Harry Kane another 10 matches just to get 18, you know what I mean? So Harry Kane played 10 games more than Bobby Firmino and still got nowhere near him. But it's good for Tottenham. I mean, that's why they obviously finished second with Heung-min Son there getting third. Assists go to Eden Hazard, along with Bobby Firmino and Trent Alexander-Arnold getting joint up there. But I suppose you could say that Trent probably should be top. I mean, because it took him less matches. So you think that would be the other way round? You think because they've got, like here, matches. You think by putting that column in that they've kind of got it wrong. They've kind of put to me, it's if you get 10 assists in less games, then surely that's a better performance than getting 10 assists in more games. That's just my way of seeing it, I would say. But as you can see, we when it comes to assists, we kind of we kind of did all right on assists. Clean sheets, it's Alisson just getting 11 ahead of Schmeichel, McCarthy at Southampton, Leno and Pickford. This is where we're going to go into the squad hub and we're going to look at stats in a little bit more detail. Stats in more detail. Okay, let's have a look at the goals. Well, we know it's going to be Bobby Firmino, but in overall, it was 52 goals that he scored in 47 appearances with 25 assists. He's had an absolutely outstanding season. I mean, you could take 3 of those appearances off to make it 44 and then take 1 goal off because he got those in pre-season. So 44 appearances, I should say, and 51 goals if you want to be correct about it, and 24 assists because he got an assist in the American Challenge Cup there. You can just see just here, sort of thing. But yeah, incredible. Mane gets second with his joint 26. So again, I'd put Neres ahead of Mane because Neres has scored 26 in 29 games, whereas it took 45 games for Mane to get the same. Is it just me? Am I the only one that sees it like this? I would say that Neres should be. He's got 26 goals in 29 games. It's took Mane longer to get 26 goals because he's had 45. That's just me. You know what I mean? But Neres has been outstanding. What a signing he's been. Salah 19. Needs to be better, definitely, considering he's 90 rated now. It needs to be better. Daniel Sturridge actually did alright. I didn't think he did that. I thought he did worse, but he's actually got 18 in 30 appearances. Shaqiri with 14, Gini Wijnaldum with 11, and then we'll finish it with Keita on 10. So I would say that Bobby... I've gone off that. I'd say, looking at it, Bobby got the most assists as well. Yeah, he's got most assists. He's just put the rest of the players to he's just shining bright above. I can't think what the wording is, but you know what I mean. He's basically just outshone the rest of them, hasn't he? Shaqiri second. See, that's kind of right, but would it have been different if Alexander-Arnold had got 15? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it's measuring these anyway. Right, let's move on to attributes. Which players have, in fact, grown the most? Well, it is Keller. I was expecting that anyway, because I did train him quite a lot early on in the season to try and get him up rather than bringing in a reserve keeper. I was trying to train him up to try and make him our reserve keeper. He then got injured and stuff like that, but he's still grown by 13. Goalkeepers in FIFA 19, I think, are growing so quick. I think they've grown in most FIFAs, but in this, players in general, I don't know if anyone else notices this, but I've noticed that a lot of players, if you continue to train them for a good solid, put 2 or 3 training slots into them for maybe a good 3-month period or something like that, you get a lot of results about it. Adin Kayi is out on loan, but I did train him up before, and you can see he's grown by up to 9. He's up to 71 rating. Nate Phillips, I don't think that's all down to me. I think that could be that. I think he was on maybe 68 when he went on loan, so he's grown a couple when he's at West Brom. Solanke's gone up by 5. I don't know if he's gained all them on loan. Harry Wilson, well, obviously that's all at Derby. That's nothing to do with me. He wasn't at the club, so he's grown. That's great, because normally players don't grow when they go out on loan and stuff. But as you can see, he's grown by 5. So looking forward to getting him back from loan, and maybe he could be a surprise package for next season. Curtis Jones, I did train him quite a bit, so got him up to 70 rating. Herbie Kane, I didn't train him. He was out. Who was he with? Doncaster Rovers seemed to ring a bell. I think he was with Doncaster Rovers. So that was all done while he was away with them. Ryan Kent has grown by 4 with Stevie G's Rangers. Vinicius Jr., this is a weird one, because when I brought him in, I'm sure he was 80 rated. So I don't know why it's saying that he's gone up by 4. Because when I signed, unless it's counting when he was at Real Madrid, because I could have sworn he was 80 rated when I signed him. It might have been 79. I don't know, but he was around. I don't think he was that. I'd have to double check on that one. Taiwo Awoniyi is also, again, a player out on loan. Has nothing to do with me. He's gone up by 4. So these players are growing out on loan, which they never used to. So that's something good. Ryan Brewster, I have played him in quite a few games, and I also have been training as well. So that is down to growth there. Naby Keita, no training whatsoever. That is just purely just on gameplay, stuff like that. Has grown by 4. Same goes for Andy Robertson. That's just down to gameplay. He's gone up by 4. Virtue Thick. That's got to be away. That's not. No, I don't remember training him. So he's got that from being on training. Oxlade-Chamberlain up by 4. Again, did I train him? No, didn't train him. No. Ojo out on loan. He is again. Nothing to do with me, that one. David Neres has grown by 3 since signing with us, but that is, again, I'd expect that from just the performances that he's put in. And yeah, I did train him. I tell a lie. I did train him on his stamina, so I did train him until he did grow by 1. So two of those growths have been from just from play in general. Camacho, did I train him? I don't think I trained him. I think that's just natural growth. I think he's just got from just sitting on the bench and stuff. Alan, who's out on loan, again, he's gone up by 3. Ajaria, again, that nothing to do with me, out on loan. Grujic, again, nothing to do. He's growing. Oh, quite a lot of growth in the majority of these players. Hernandez, that is growth from gameplay. I don't think I trained him, not that I can think of. Same goes for Cancelo. Can't think that I trained him at all. No. Allison, definitely haven't trained him. That's just growth. Or did I train him? No, didn't train him. No need to. No, because you can't train stamina. The only players that are mainly trained that are like the regular players would be for stamina. Jordan Henderson has gone up by 2. Joe Gomez has gone up by 2. Akanji has gone up by 2. Ben Woodburn out on loan again. He's gone up by 2. I think, is there going to be a player that's not grown? I mean, Jesus. Matthias de Ligt, again. No, that's just from gameplay. Don't remember training him at all. Van Dijk, again. Didn't train him. No, that's just gameplay. Salah, gameplay, up by 2. Varane is up by 2. Yeah, these are just, I think it's just because I've had a fantastic season and some of the results that I've been getting. Even Daniel Sturridge has gone up by 2, which I wasn't expecting him to go up by 2 at all. These 3 players are going to be coming into the last year of their contract, but to be honest, they're not going to get renewed. They will all probably go onto the transfer list anyway. With regards to that, Karius will go onto the transfer list. Kelleher will go onto the loan list because I've got new keeper that I want to have a look at, possibly like bringing forward. Nick Phillips will go out on loan. Daniel Sturridge, again, like I said, I think I'm going to sell him. I know, yeah, but it's only because of EA. If it wasn't because of EA get to 30 and then they start dropping off, then I'd keep Daniel Sturridge. But because he will start to drop off, I'm going to put him up for sale. And like I said on last episode, the 3 guys that I'm looking at possibly bringing in. Adekanye, I think I'll let him go out on loan again. I probably will sell Jordan Henderson as he's 29, not because he's bad or anything, but I just think because he's 29, it was a toss-up between Genie or Henderson, and I think it's going to have to be looking at it. It's going to be Jordan, and then I can bring Decore in, and that's what I'm possibly looking at. Yeah, I think if any you got any else, like, you know, you think, oh, we should get rid of him, then put down your arguments as to why you think that he should be sold. You know, if it's a genuine argument saying, like, you know, because of this or because of that, then I get it, like, you know what I mean. But I'm not looking at bringing in like any major signings and stuff. Not in the summer transfer window anyway. Maybe we'll look at it again in January and we'll review it and see how we are and how we're doing. But I don't want to change the side too much, to be honest. I want to try and keep the core players in there. We've changed quite a lot already in the fact that we brought Isco in, we brought Varane in, we brought the two like wing, you know, like wing backs, you know, like, you know, as in Cancelo and Hernandez. So I think with those 4 additions, along with obviously Vinicius Junior, who's not technically up there, but we brought quite a few in, and I just don't want to like necessarily bring too many more in. So I think 3 is as a good number to bring in. I wasn't going to talk too much about like I say transfers at all, like, you know what I mean. Like I say, this video is mainly just doing like an end of season kind of like review, is you know, to get an idea of where the team is at and stuff like that. Was Van Dijk's 87? He's gone up to 88. I think he might have just gone up to 88, possibly. I don't know. But it looks like I'm going to have to finish the season to get this this final tick. You see that? Where is it? What's it under? There it is. There. That final tick there is not going to come until, which is like, is that going to happen? Okay, so we've got that. Oh, we got the 2 scout reports for, you know, Bustos and Sidibe. I'll go through them a little bit more in depth with Friday's episode, guys, rather than go through it with you right now. Right, so there you go, guys. There we are, end of season. Thank you so much for season 1. I hope you stay around for season 2 and see what's going to happen, guys. It's been an absolute whirlwind of a first season, in the fact that I mean, how can I top season 1? Well, I suppose I've got the Super Cup to win, so it's winning all 4 and the Super Cup to win 5. That, I suppose, is going to be. But anyway, I'm rabbiting. Take it easy, guys. I'll catch you on tomorrow, or I'll catch you on Friday's episode. God, I can't think what day it is half the time. You take it easy, guys. I'll catch you next time. It's Dave from Mumongu Gaming signing off. Cheers.